Man, if you have not been watching the Oklahoma City Thunder, you have definitely got to get on it. They are now 19-5, first in the Western Conference, riding a 4-game win streak, 8-2 during their past 10 games, and coming off a massive win over the Dallas Mavericks, and on their way to the NBA Cup semifinals while doing it. No matter what way you cut it, they've been absolutely dominant lately, despite being without a few key members of their team, including Chet Holmgren, who they have played all 10 of their past games without, and then including Alex Caruso, who has missed half of them and just came back recently. And we're talking about two All-NBA defenders here, elite defenders, both at the point of attack and for the last line of defense, and that's quite a lot to be playing without. And yet, they're the number 2 rated defense throughout that time frame, and are the number 1 rated defense on the entire season. Not only that, but being 2 points better than the team in second. So yeah, they're pretty damn good on defense. And normally, a team playing without their best defender, arguably, or at least their best rim protector, best last line of defense, would not be this good. And yet, the Thunder have found a way to not only overcome it, but absolutely thrive while doing it, really on both ends of the court too. Now, getting back, Isaiah Hartenstein has been huge to their team. I mean, he's come in and has taken literally 0 time to get comfortable. Feels like he's been playing with their team for years now, and has been great for them in regard to rim protection, an absolutely elite rebounder, keeping the possession alive for them more times than I can count, and simply filling in the gap for them. Averaging about 12 points per game, 13 rebounds per game, and over 4 assists per game since coming back from injury. Has perfectly filled in the gap for them, obviously can't replicate the defense, the rim protection of Chet Holmgren, but has been very good on defense, a good rim protector for them, an absolutely elite rebounder, and has simply filled in the gap for them again, providing them what they need in their front court, a great fitting front court player for them, can protect the rim, can switch a little bit on defense, a good pick and roll partner, and again, simply fills in for what they need. Then apart from that, obviously Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been great, but I think we need to talk about Jalen Williams, J-Dub. He's taking that next step, averaging a new career high in points per game with 21.8, rebounds per game with 6.1, and assists per game with 5 flat, while shooting over 50% from the field and 38% from 3. The definition of an elite two-way player, can literally do everything on both ends of the court, whether you're talking about being a primary scoring threat, being a playmaker for their team, taking on a difficult matchup on the wing, perimeter, or even at the rim. Yes, he's played some center for them too. J-Dub can literally do everything for their team. Over their past 10 games, averaging about 23.2 points per game, taking on a difficult matchup, if not the most difficult matchup, and somehow even getting better on defense too. Throughout the entire season, averaging 2 steals per game, 5th in the entire league, 3.3 deflections per game, top 20 in the league despite only being 3rd on their team, having a plus 1.8 defensive EPM rating, 22nd in the entire league, and then having a plus 2.8 defensive box plus minus rating, 9th in the entire league. I mean, that sounds like an All-NBA defender to me. Whether you're talking about first team or second team, J-Dub is definitely making a case for it right now. And if we're talking about their defense, you really can't pick one player alone to highlight here. I mean, between J-Dub himself, Cason Wallace, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Lu Dort, and Alex Caruso on the perimeter, they have a collection of special guys out there. And it's kind of insane to be including that many elite perimeter defenders, and yes, I would give them that title, even Shai being a great two-way player. You know, not many guys average about 30 points per game and play borderline elite defense on top of it, but he happens to be one of them. But don't let that take away from the other guys, whether it be J-Dub, Lu Dort, Caruso, or Cason Wallace. And for Cason Wallace, he made life hell on Luka Doncic the other night. Being around 6'7", Luka can typically shoot over any guard, let alone wing player, and fairly easily at that, but not Cason Wallace apparently. That turned out to be a mistake for him, because on an early isolation play, Luka tried making a step back jumper, albeit a fairly lazy one, over Cason Wallace, and well, he returned it right back to him, blocking it right back in his face, and I think I'm surprising Luka a little bit. I mean, he doesn't get blocked very often, especially not by a 6'3" guard, but Cason Wallace turned out to be that guy. Not only on that play, but a number of them throughout the game, really making life hell on Luka Doncic, who only finished with 16 points on 5 of 15 shooting, one of the very few times he's been held under 20 points this season. And not only him, but Kyrie Irving too. They combined for only 33 points, and that's not even more combined than what Shai had with 39 points. So very impressive and gotta give a shout out to Casey Wallace here. He primarily took on the matchup between them, whether it be Kyrie Irving or Luka Doncic. He saw plenty of them, and they probably don't want to see plenty of him going forward. But then for another defensive play, a bit later on during the game, he blitzed Luka Doncic, meaning Casey Wallace, forcing Luka to give the ball to Najee Marshall here, who then thought he had a free lane to the rim because of the blitz, but then Casey Wallace sprinted back to get in on the play and got back in front of Najee Marshall and somehow poked the ball away from him. Talk about an absolute pest on defense. Even when you think you get rid of him, he'll somehow get back in the play and often make the play on defense. Whether it's getting a steal, deflection, or even a tough contested defensive rebound. Later on during this game, I remember he got one against Derek Lively, who is about 7'1", so that's pretty impressive. An all-out hustle guy, and he simply loves playing defense, which not many guys do, especially not second-year lottery picks that are trying to make their name in the league and primarily try to do it through their offense, not defense, but I guess Casey Wallace is going through a different path and really helping their team while doing it. I love watching him play defense. I mean, it's not only him, but obviously guys like Caruso, J-Dub again, Lou Dort, Shea. They have so many guys that are fun to watch play defense and again, actually like playing defense. I think that commitment's really infectious. They see one guy playing defense and everybody else around him tries to match and replicate that energy, which they have definitely been able to do, being the #1 rated defense again. And simply put, the OKC Thunder have a team full of guys that love to defend, have some of the best defensive talent and playmaking in the entire league, and then are pretty damn good offensively too, currently ranking 8th on defense. And between building more team chemistry, along with getting back a healthy Chet Holmgren, there might not be anybody in the entire league that can stop them, especially in the Western Conference. And oh, did I mention that they were the 3rd youngest team in the entire league, averaging only 23.9 years old. So yeah, they're not going anywhere. And with that being said, what do you guys think? How do you feel about the OKC Thunder this season, and what has stood out to you the most about them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one. And if you enjoyed the video, then I'll greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.